to another exciting episode of Tech on Trial. I'm your host Sal, and I'm joined by my tech guru Victor. Hey Victor, say hi to our listeners. So today we're diving headfirst into the world of generative AI.
Hi,
But
everyone. Glad
before
to
we
be here,
do that,
Sal.
folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a tech-tastic conversations from between me and Victor and other people around. So, all right, let's kick things off here. Generative AI, what's the deal with it?
Well, Sal, generative AI is sort of like a Picasso of artificial intelligence. It's really all about creating content, generating content, whether that's like text, images,
Well,
music,
I mean,
and all of it
I'm
that
always
sort of
amazed
feels
about
like it's
that,
been
but
made by humans, but
I
it's
cannot
generated
think
by machines.
about anyone who's better to guide me through this maze of creativity than you, Victor. So let's get through it. First of all, tell me a little bit of yourself and what you've been doing.
Yeah, Sal. So lately I've been like knee deep in the tech world. It's been decades that I've been like in that sort of industry and world, and it's always been about machine learning and data. And now at Apogee Suite, we're pushing the boundaries of generative
Oh,
AI
that's
to make
amazing. Great. So, my
to
first
make
topic
the
today
generation
is
of content
about
accessible
content
to everyone.
creation and generative AI. What are, at least for you and you guys at Apogee, what are your key points today?
Well, in the realm of content creation itself, like generative AI automates a bunch of tasks, like, writing agreements, writing clauses, writing specific parts of law. And more generally, if you're not talking about Apogee Suite and just generative AI, it's, writing anything or generating scripts or sort of creative writing all the way through to producing visuals and even videos. So you can get generation from any kind of, or you can generate almost any kind of content.
Oh,
What
for
this
sure,
does is
that's,
it becomes
yeah.
a massive
I mean,
game
that's
changer for
like
content
having
creators.
like a
It saves
creative
a whole
assistant
bunch of
on
time
this
and it
ride,
boosts
see? Like
creativity.
a robot little creative, kind of a little assistant on this ride in the end. But moving along, at least for me, one of the most pressing topics about generative AI in general is the ethical concerns. And so, what kind of ethical aspects do we need to consider when diving into that kind of technology?
Uh, Yeah, I mean, when you're talking large business, ethical concerns are crucial, and they're crucial for a lot of the content creators and the users of like the prior arts. We need to really think about issues like plagiarism, misuse of AI generated content, and even deepfakes. Like you can imagine faking like a president or prime minister saying something all the way through to even like a CEO or a board member saying that, and then actions taken upon the
Well,
whole thing, right?
definitely kind of a
Striking the right
tightrope
balance
walk, I
between
guess.
innovation and
Yeah.
responsibility
Um,
is key for this
well,
to
I
work
mean,
really well.
other than the ethical concerns, there are also some highly regulated
Yeah.
industries that are still just exploring the tip of the iceberg. Like, for example, health tech, healthcare. How generative AI kind of is making waves in the medical field.
Hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like that's a hot one. In the world of medical, like we've started to reduce a lot of the patient records to digital records, which means that generative AI and large language models can now have a go at this, right? So what generative AI does now is it helps diagnose diseases. It helps the doctor as almost like its little sidekick. It can help create personalized treatment plans. And if you're in the world of analyzing results from clinical trials, it can even help you discover
We
new
should
drugs
take a look at
faster.
that one. That
It's
kind of
really
us also
revolutionizing health, and the potential here is like
strike us
really mind
through
blowing.
great advancements, particularly over the next couple of years. Well, moving on to our topic number four.
Yeah.
Going back to the creation and
Hmm.
creativity elements of it, I want to touch base on a little bit of a generative AI in art and entertainment. So we all saw all of those videos and photos of like amazing creations when you describe an
Ah,
image to the technology. Now, give us a scoop on how AI is shaking the art world from your vision.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who are hating on these generative AIs because of the copyright issues, but my view on it is generally that AI is starting to become or can become an artist's best friend. It can basically start generating music, creating, unique artwork, and even help write scripts for movies. And it can do this sort of like in the voice of that artist if you do this right, so that the artist is then superpowered to have a lot more
Oh
output
well,
and then be able
sign me up
to
for the
do
next
something
AI
with that
concert, I
output.
guess. Like
So it
it's
becomes like
supposed to
having
be
a
a great
virtual Van
show.
Gogh team.
And so for us to wrap up a little bit, let's talk about perspective. Let's talk about the future and what do you see. What is the horizon for generative AI for you guys and on the kind of a macro landscape?
Yeah, I mean, generally, the industry itself, the future is super bright, and for Apogee Suite as well. We're really looking at AI generated content becoming sort of the norm, or at least the starting point for a lot of the work that we do, making our lives like super efficient and also more creative because now we can have like 55, 100 versions of like the brainstorming version if you want, and then we can iterate from
Yeah,
that.
for
But
sure.
what we
Exciting
also
times
need to do
ahead, no
is
doubt.
we need to keep
Well, I
refining the
mean,
technology to ensure
today
that it
this
remains
pocket
ethical and
episode that's
responsible.
wrapping up our conversation, our deep dive into generative AI,
Yeah.
Victor. As usual, thanks for being here and sharing your expertise with me and our listeners. Well, and to all of you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join us for the next
Yeah, it's been a
episodes
pleasure,
of
Sal. Thanks for having me
Tech in
again.
Trial. Until next time, this is me signing off. There you go. See you around. Cheers.
And Victor saying, keep innovating, folks. All right. Bye, guys.